Hey, welcome to Watson's Wagons. I'm out in my garage working on my Silverado, and I recently did a transmission drop on it to put a new torque converter in it. 147,000 miles on it. I started to get a shudder around 40 miles per hour under load, and it spooked me. So I went ahead and parked the truck. This was before Christmas. And didn't do anything with it. Did a lot of research on it, and the 6L80 transmission, I got a 5.3 liter in this, but the 6L80 transmissions are prone to overheating. And, and I know driving this truck, now I've had it since it was new. I bought it in October of 2013. It's a 14 model, but it has always ran around that 196 degree temperature range on road trips, okay? And, whether that was under load, pulling something, or by itself. The thermostat switch down there for the cooler, I don't know if that's the right word for it, thermostatic, whatever, all right? Doesn't open until it's late, right? And then your transmission's running hot, and eventually you're going to burn up the clutch material that's in your torque converter. And if you don't catch it in time, you're going to get metal to metal contact in there, and you're going to send crap through your transmission and trash your transmission. So I parked the truck, right? And then I didn't get to it until recently. And I'm just, I'm a 265 pound fat back. I don't have a lift. And I spent time under the truck a little bit each day working on, the drive shaft, getting it out, getting the transfer case down, getting the, just exhaust system. You know the deal. There's a lot of videos out there. I'm not going to go through all that. But in the process of, this is the engine and this is the transmission, of lowering the transmission, the engine bends with it, right? So you can access the top bolts, bracketry and things like that to disconnect it. Then you jack it back up, and then you separate the transmission, drop it, and then do what you got to do. So new torque converter, new pump seal, all that business. And but the engine, I think the act of it being tweaked like this, because I had it down resting on the cross member, tweaked the motor mounts a little bit and caused further damage. So anyhow, my wife is sitting here watching me as I'm talking on the video. Hang on a minute. Okay, I'm back. So, where did I leave off? So the act of the engine being dropped, I think torqued the motor mount. Let's see, it would have gone this way. This is the passenger side, right? Okay, so this would have tweaked that way. Does that make sense? And so I'm getting movement this way. Now, when I put the transmission back together and I got everything installed, it runs great. It shifts perfectly. I've already put over 600 miles on the truck. I've got no problems. I used the, what's it called? The Pro King torque converter, remanufactured from Advance Auto. I got no issues with it. But I started to notice a vibration in the truck when I'm in drive or reverse, but sitting still. Or just imagine you're at a light. And just a light, I could just feel that vibration in my pedal and in my steering wheel. And I'm like, that feels like an engine mount. So the truck's 100,000 miles, 6 to 7 years on these mounts is what I'm reading. I have 147,000 miles, and again, it's a 14, it's 2025. I figured it's about time. Now, the engine, when you rev it up, doesn't jump on the driver's side, indicating a separation. But at idle, these are hydraulic mounts, which there's a combination of rubber and some type of, fluid mixture that's in there that deals with frequencies, resonations, and all that business. absorb some of that. And so I'm going to swap them out and see what happens. But I'm not going to show you all the steps, okay? But I am going to show you what's going on the right side and how to get this mount out of there, okay? So let's go to the right side. Little hoop-de-doo review over here. So as you can see, I got my manifold out. There was no easy way, and let me get a light in here. Absolutely no easy way to get that mount out of here because the manifold's in the way. You're going to pull the heat shield, you know, and whatever. But, you know, you're just not going to get it. So there's plenty of room once that manifold is out to get this dude up in there. Now, I'm glad I did this because several years ago I had some broken manifold bolts on this 5.3, especially in the back. And you can see from the soot on the back of the motor, I had an exhaust leak, which caused me here in Pennsylvania to not pass the state inspection. So I went and got me some new bolts. And of course, when I installed these bolts, I used some anti-seize compound, and these bolts came out real easy. However, that back bolt was loose. So I'm going to go ahead and get me a new gasket for here. So happy accidents, right? I discovered a leak here. I got a slight one up there and back there. I'm going to go ahead and get that cleaned up and replace this gasket because it is kind of a crush type gasket, but you can see where the leakage has taken place. So that's my ticking noise. All right, manifold's still okay, but we'll get that cleaned up. So that's really it. If you're going to do this side of the truck, just plan on taking the starter out. Disconnect your exhaust manifold. Get it the hell out of there so you're not fighting with it and busting your knuckles, okay? You're only talking, what, 1, 2, 3, what is there, 5 bolts, okay? And chances are you're going to have to get it out of there anyways, because if your truck is like mine or like any other 5.3, it's probably leaking exhaust. And just fix the damn thing. All right, that's it, guys. Take it easy, but I just wanted you to see how deep you have to get into it to get that right side mount out of there. Take it easy.